Previously on the last review.
I am Quintus Prime, one of the 13. While I cannot bring your sister back, I can, however, give you an opportunity. Here, take these.
Oh, what are these?
You will give these toys purpose. Give them a reason to be.
Hey Blackout, he looks almost just like you.
That thing looks nothing like me. Are you sure this was a good idea?
I'm not sure if I understood his little cryptic message, but I don't see the harm in having these around.
Come on, Ning, that's why I'm worried. All of this could be a trap.
Hey now, these guys look really harmless. I highly doubt they would do anything drastic. Though, there's something about them that seems a little off.
At least they're dormant. Nang, I'll keep an eye out for these guys, but please be careful. Who knows when the next prime will strike?
Hey, that's why I have you and Garland around, alright? Don't worry, I'll be fine. Just don't worry about it, alright? I guess in the meantime, I guess we'll just wait and see when they come alive. Hello everyone, it's Khan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am the fabulous leader of the Decepti-KHAN army, and today it is a bit of double trouble for this week's review, alright? But I am going to only just review one of these guys at a time. And yes, by double trouble, I mean these guys. Now, you guys might have seen these guys in a previous video. Oh, look at that, buddy. We got two other guys here. I know I'm blocking Arachnid. I'm so sorry, girl. We got some new members. So before I moved out from my apartment, I actually found these guys at Target. Yeah, I actually don't know too much about Hot Wheels. I wanted to kind of review these since this would be the first time I'll be reviewing like one of these like collab toys. So I was really curious about these guys. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they're also releasing two more guys. I don't know if I'm going to get them, but we'll see how these guys turn out. But I definitely want to kind of check these guys out really quick since, again, I did get these guys about a month ago before I moved out. Actually, it's about 2 months ago. Wait, when did I move? When did I move out? Yeah, it was in March. So I guess it's around 2 to 3 months ago is when I bought them. But yes, I did recruit these guys before I left the old place, and then now we're in the new place. So it's time that we get these guys out of their boxes. I believe we're going to be reviewing this guy first, and then we'll come back and review Bone Shaker. I didn't really know how I wanted to do this video, you guys, so I think we're going to try to review one of these guys at a time. So I think today we're going to review this guy first. This is Twin Mill, the blue guy. I don't know, I guess it's because I love the color blue. I guess maybe that's why I want to start with him first. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get Twin Mill out of here, alright? We're going to get him out of the box, and we're going to see what he's all about, alright? As you may notice, Twin Mill is actually already in his vehicle form, so I'm going to go ahead and examine him in his vehicle form here really quick. So before I turn him into robot mode, I want you guys to remember what he looks like, because I will have to try to transform him. And and you guys know me, you know that I'm not really good at transforming these guys. And again, I've only been collecting for about a year, so I'm definitely getting a little bit better, you guys. I'm definitely getting a little bit better, but just kind of remember what this guy looks like, because I'm going to see if I can get really close to making it look like this guy. Yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and convert this guy into robot mode, right? Alright guys, I think I'm done transforming him. I think this is what he's supposed to look like. So, are you guys ready for the grand reveal? So, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Alright, so here he is. Here is Twin Mill in his robot mode, and yeah, this is what he's supposed to look like. I'm guessing this is what he's supposed to look like. So let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation and see how well he poses, alright? Okay guys, it's time to kind of go over Twin Mill's articulation, so let's go ahead and start from the top and work our way all the way down to the bottom. His head can rotate all the way around, just like this, so yes, he looks like he is possessed. So yes, he can look left, right, and up and down a little bit. His arms can rotate, his arms can twist, his arms can bend. Hands can rotate, but there's no bend at the wrist. He is capable of doing a T pose as well as a Y pose, very similar to Quintus Prime. YMCA, anyone? He does have waist rotation, and he is capable of bending over backwards as well as bending forward as well. He can kick this high, and yes, he can do the splits in both directions. His legs can rotate, his legs can bend, his feet can rotate, and as far as I know, I don't think his feet can point downwards or anything like that, but he does have ankle tilt, and he does have this little heel part at the end in which you can stick out, so at least he has a little spur, I guess, for balance. And yeah, that is basically Twin Mill's articulation, so we're going to see if we could turn this guy into a supermodel, alright?
What the?
Hey, where'd you come from?
I was just wondering what you guys were doing, if you needed a little bit of some help.
Thanks, but no thanks. We don't need any of your help.
Silly me. I suppose I should be asking Mangus if he needs any help.
You know, I could always use some inspiration, so what do you got, girl?
Well, seeing this is the Hot Wheels collaboration, I was wondering if we could do a little bit of a collaboration of our own.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Who did you want to collaborate with?
Why, me of course.
Absolutely not.
Well, we could just let Papa decide on it.
Yes, why that's a fine idea. In fact, why don't we ask Mangus himself and see if he agrees. Tell me, Mangus Khan, would you be interested in having me collaborate with Twin Mill here?
You know, I could always spice up my photo shoots a little bit, so I don't see why not, you know.
Then it's settled.
Ah, for f***'s sake. Are we being for real?
Oh, don't worry. I'll try to make Twin Mill look really good on camera.
We'll try to wrap up this photo shoot, alright? So I'll take whatever is the best set of photos and I'll just put them together here.
Well, this should be really interesting. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Twin Mill comes with these two flame effects that you can equip onto his arms. I guess they go on like the exhaust pipes on the side of his arms. So his flame effects are interchangeable. You can slot the flame in either part of the exhaust pipe, so it doesn't really matter which side that you put it on. Now, I don't know if I would call these accessories, but the exhaust pipes that are connected to him, they're actually connected to like these little wrist parts, and you actually can slide them off his wrist. So they're basically removable. Again, I don't know if I would call this like his accessories, but they are meant to kind of like you basically kind of take them off and then you're supposed to put them back on, which you'll see a little later in the transformation section. In the transformation, it is going to be needed to kind of like complete the look. So I'm just going to kind of call them as accessories since they are removable. He is capable of equipping different weapons, so I was able to give him Black Dragon Sword, so he can definitely use swords. He can equip Barricade's gun. Yeah, he can equip Novocaine Freezer in both hands, so that's great. And just for shit and giggles, he can actually use Bone Shaker's weapon, which I find really funny that you can actually put Bone Shaker's weapon, his little rod that he has, and just give it to him. So yeah, apparently he can actually equip quite a good selection of weapons, actually. There's no backdrop or anything, so that's all that he has to play around with. It's time to see if I can transform Twin Mill back into vehicle mode. As you may have saw, he was already in vehicle form, but I want to kind of see if I can revert him back into his vehicle mode, which is kind of something that I didn't do in the Roblox review. So I'm actually going to see if I can actually get this guy to transform back into his car, basically. So here are the instructions, all right? And I have to say, this one was actually kind of interesting to really kind of put back together. So would you guys like to see my final result of how Twin Mill turned out? All right, so here's my transformation attempt on Twin Mill, and does it look like the picture? Does it look like the before and after? I definitely say it definitely looks like it. As you can see, it's very close. I did have some issues locking in some places, but this is what his vehicle form looks like if you haven't seen it earlier. But yes, I was able to transform him back into vehicle mode, which is great. As you can see, I added the flames to the exhaust pipes here, so that's what they look like. So yeah. So this was definitely a success, you guys. I was able to transform him back into vehicle mode. Also, I don't think I ever tested the wheels on him. So let me see if he can still roll here really quick. Oh, I guess he could sort of roll a little bit. I think it's just like the flames just kind of get in the way because they're kind of rubbing on the wheel a little bit. So I think if you just take these off, I think he should roll a little bit better. So, oh yeah, he rolls a little bit better once you take those things off. So yeah. So I forgot to kind of give a score for these guys. So I kind of apologize because I think Twin Mill, like, I don't think Twin Mill was really that hard. I think I kind of give it like a 3 out of 10. But just kind of a bit of a note, so like these pieces here, they're basically like his weapons. They are removable. So you don't really want to lose these because they are part of his transformation. So if you were to kind of remove these, I'll just take off the flame effects. But if you just like take these off, you see like how incomplete he kind of looks without it. So I just want to kind of point that out that you don't really want to kind of lose these pieces because they are part of his transformation. But overall, I don't think that he wasn't really like that bad. Here, let me just put his things back on really quick. Oh shoot, how did I put this back? There we go. Oh shoot, and this thing fell off. Oh great. Well, that's the first. I didn't realize this thing actually popped off. Yeah, so that definitely is interesting that comes off. But yeah, I would kind of give him a 3 out of 10 on difficulty. So my dog's like sitting right here, so in case if you see me kind of looking down, it's because she's like hiding under the table right now. So you might kind of hear her a little bit. She has the cone of shame on right now, so she definitely looks like she really wants to be a part of the video a little bit. So again, if you hear something in the video, it's my dog basically. Yeah, like Twin Mill really surprised me quite a lot. Because I mean, between him and Bone Shaker, like I pretty much was gonna pass up on this guy just because he does kind of look kind of generic a little bit. But he did surprise me though. Again, the articulation on this guy is really impressive, all right? I really did have a lot of fun with him in the posing photo shoot, especially with our little collab with Miss Solus Prime here, girl, all right? She might be a little too tall for him, but I still had a lot of fun with the posing shoot with this guy. But now it's time to kind of critique a few things that I don't want to say that I hate it, but I just want to kind of like just critique on a couple of things about Mr. Twin Mill here. And I probably would say the biggest area that I want to comment on, look at how hollow the legs are. Literally that's it. Like that's what his legs look like. It's so hollow. Like, yeah, that's the one thing I really don't like is that his legs are kind of hollow in the back. That's kind of why I think that like visually the front looks fine until you look from behind and it's just like, ooh, oh dear. It kind of reminds me a little bit like the Fallen. Like the Fallen's back was like kind of like that too. But at least he had some meat on his legs. This guy, he like his legs look like they got eaten out or something. I know Finley, she notices my toy here. She thinks, I think she agrees that the legs look a little too hollow, girl. They look absolutely too hollow. I would say that like he still looks visually interesting though. But I think on the subject about his appearance though, I feel like Twin Mill, he kind of is like run of the mill. I guess that's the best way to kind of put it. I wouldn't say he's like super generic or anything, but there's kind of something about him that he kind of reminds me of like a Happy Meal toy. I don't know how to explain it. I guess maybe it's just like how skinny he looks. I don't know. He kind of looks a little too skinny for my taste. And you know, again, he really does seem like the run-of-the-mill type of Autobot. Again, I feel like maybe the head sculpt could be a little bit more interesting, even though I think the head sculpt does look fine. Like, I think it looks great, but I think he's just kind of lacking like that charm, I guess, because it's like what I said earlier, that like I was gonna pass up on this guy because Bone Shaker is the more interesting one out of the two. I feel like he's kind of lacking like that magnetism, that sort of like charisma that makes me want to get him, you know? And it's really sad because, like I said, like I would easily pass this guy up, but I'm glad that I actually gave him a go because he does actually have really good articulation, all right? And his transformation wasn't too bad either. But I just kind of wish that he had a little bit more pizzazz, I guess. But I can say he is a model, though. He's definitely a model, right? So do I recommend Twin Mill? You know, I would definitely give him a chance, and, you know, I might already have said this already, but I was going to pass up on this guy because Bone Shaker looks the better of the two, but at least now that I gave him a go, I do think that he is a good figure. And, you know, if you do like these Hot Wheel collabs, or if you just love the Autobots in general, I think he would make a great addition. But I don't know if I would really keep him in our army, though, just because, you know, I don't think that he's, like, visually the greatest looking out of the two. But at least I'm glad that I gave him a go, right? I don't know if I would play around with this guy that much, but, you know, to each their own, I guess. To each their own, alright? So yeah, so that kind of wraps up my review with Twin Mills. I'm going to go ahead and kind of have him wave goodbye here, you guys. So if you guys like this review, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And coming up next is going to be the Bone Shaker review. So stay tuned because I have the Bone Shaker review coming out pretty soon. And I'll see you guys in the next video, right? So have a good night, you guys.